So that breakup turned me into an artist. I just needed to pass time. I just needed something to do. Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those joining us for the very first time, my name is Wiyamba Polito, and to those that are joining us again, thank you so much for coming back. I know I have been away for quite some time, and that's why I decided to make this video. So this video is just going to be some sort of a life update, and we're also going to have a little chat. And yeah, so that's basically it. So for those joining us for the first time, please do subscribe and also like the video, comment, share, do anything that you want to do. So without further ado, let's get into this. So anyway, speaking of life updates, I honestly don't even know where to start from. I know I have been away for quite some time, I think since 2022. So anyway, just to take you back, so my YouTube career was, I don't know if I can say inspired, or my mother encouraged me to pursue it, and that's because she saw something in me. She thought, I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie, but I'm just going to end there. So yeah, she encouraged me to pursue this career. My parents got me equipment, and that's how come I started filming or creating content. So I stopped in 2022 because I finally got a job. Yay! So I finally got a job. And that job has really opened doors. I'm really grateful for that job. Yeah. So it was, I won't even say some sort of, it was actually a prayer answered. And I remember when I got the news, we were so excited with my mom. She hugged me and we were crying. We were literally on the floor in her bedroom crying because God had answered our prayers. So, that job was quite demanding though. It was really demanding. We used to work in shifts, and sometimes I would even work night shifts. Yeah, but I did not complain. You know, when God gives you something, you don't have to complain because there's actually something bigger. It's like, and I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but yeah. So after I got the job, I moved out of my parents' house. Yay! I finally moved out of my parents' house. It was quite exciting, but I felt the responsibility. You know, when you're in your parents' house, you actually feel like this is life. You know, like everything is just going to be given to you on a silver platter. But when I moved out, yo, it was bad. I had to go for work every day, like every day, working every day. Why? No, it was hectic. It was really hectic, but I got used. Yeah, I got used, and my parents were so supportive. Are still supportive. Yeah. So I got the job in 2022. Then in the year 2023, March, unfortunately, I lost my mom. May her soul rest in peace. I promised myself to not show any watery eyes in this video. So yeah. So unfortunately, I lost my mom. It was very tragic. She fell sick for a really short period of time. That was 2 weeks. And I spent her last days with her. We were in hospital the whole time up to the time that she passed on. So that really, I don't even know how to put it. It was very disturbing. It was traumatic. The death of a parent is not something that you can wish on anyone, but I always thank God all the time for giving me the grace and for comforting me and my family. I also thank God for my friends. My friends had really been there for me during that period. They were so supportive. I wouldn't trade them for anything. They were really, really supportive. So yeah, I miss her every day. But then there are certain times that you forget that such a tragic moment has happened in your life until you see something that reminds you of that person, or until you see something that you talked about and you wish they were there. You really wish they were available just for you to be able to tell them whatever it is that you have seen or whatever it is that you have remembered. My mom and I used to talk a lot actually. Yeah, so some days are really bad, some days are good because you get to remember the good memories. So yeah, it's been 2 years now. Yeah, and God has really been our strength. Like I mentioned earlier, he's been strengthening us. The Holy Spirit has been our comforter. So we just celebrate her life and we thank God for her life. I think earlier in the video I mentioned she's the one that made me start this whole YouTube career, and so because of that, even when I wanted to continue with this whole YouTube thing, I couldn't continue because she's all I thought about. If you check the previous videos, she used to comment on all the videos all the time. She would actually watch my YouTube videos on TV. Yeah, and then there would be times that I would be filming and she would come through. Maybe she would say, okay, put some lipstick, you know. She would do a few touch-ups. So it really affected me terribly, and that's why I did not continue. So I felt like I needed to give myself some time. I needed to feel like I have accepted that she's not here anymore, and then after doing so, then maybe I can continue with the whole YouTube career rather. So right after my mom died, a few months later, my dad made sure we all went to driving school. As in, driving is something that I never even imagined for myself. I think I once mentioned when I was in university, I mentioned that I was just going to look for a driver because I'm so scared of the road. I'm so scared of the road that every time we're approaching a truck, my heart skips. It just literally skips. So after she died, a few months after she died, my dad made sure we all went to driving school, especially me. I remember those days were very difficult, and I also had a difficult time at driving school, but I managed. Yeah, I actually managed. I got, is it that temporary license that you get before you get the actual license? So I managed to get that license, and then I managed to get the temporary license. So I wrote the test and I cleared. I wrote the test and cleared. I had like 76%. It wasn't so good. My brothers actually did way better. Yeah, my brothers did way better than I did. So they did the driving school before I did, then I also did it. And right now I'm so thankful to my dad, because if it wasn't for him, I wasn't, like, even up to date, I wasn't going to be able to drive. So yeah, he made sure I went to driving school, and I can't necessarily say I'm confident on the road. I'm still learning. Yeah, I'm actually still learning, and I can only drive automatic vehicles. Yeah, so I can only drive automatic vehicles, and I'm still learning. I have difficulties in turning, especially on the roundabout. Please just don't like, just I don't even know what to say, but I can't drive on the roundabout. I'm so scared. It's like when we're turning on the roundabout, it's like my brain also does that, like it also does like a roundabout. So after driving school, I went through a very terrible breakup. Now, I went through a very terrible breakup. Anyway, so that breakup turned me into an artist. I just needed to pass time. I just needed something to do just to forget about that person. And I started painting. Painting isn't for me, so I started coloring. I have actually always loved coloring books. Yeah. But then this time it was really intense. As in, I felt the difference. Every time that I colored the book, I felt like I colored my sadness away. It felt like I colored the breakup away. I felt free. And after that, I would sleep. Yeah. I would actually sleep. I would feel so much peace. So, yeah. So after the breakup, my friend and I had to separate. When I moved out of my parents' house, I was living with my friend, a very close friend of mine. Yeah. So we had to separate because we got jobs in, I don't even know how to explain this because the locations were just far apart. Yeah. So we had to separate. We had to move because we're looking at transport, the movements. You just know how difficult it is to move in Lusaka. So we had to move, or rather separate. So I finally managed to find a house. That house was, it was like 3 minutes away from work. Yeah. So the house that I managed to find was 3 minutes away from my workplace. I moved and I started living alone. Living alone is difficult. It's difficult and it gets boring. And then load shedding happened. So you live alone, you get back from work and there's no power. And you know, when you live alone, you get to notice a lot of things. You get to see things on the wall. You get to imagine whatever it is that you watched in a video, in a movie, whatever. You're just going to see it on the wall. You're going to see some... It was... it was bad. It was bad. So, because of that, I used to spend most of my time at my dad's house. Like, I would visit them frequently. I would actually live there for some time. And this is why I'm filming this right now. I'm still at my dad's house because I can't manage. I can't be alone. No. Unfortunately, I stayed in that house for, I think I moved there in August. Is it August? Yeah, should be August, September. Yeah, I don't know. But I only stayed there for a few months, should have been 5 or 4 months. And I was asked to move. Yeah, I'm not going to give you so much details on what happened. But yeah, I was asked to move. And what can you do when you're asked to move? You have to move. So now, that's where the house hunting part comes in. As in, I will never ever forget that house hunting period. That house hunting period was the worst. House hunting in Zambia is a sport. I don't know if we can add it to our CVs or something, our bio, whatever. Like, if you've just gone through house hunting in Lusaka, congratulations. Congratulations, you deserve an award. You deserve all the flowers. Because, why? Why is it like that? Guys, no, it honestly doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that difficult. I don't know if it's that difficult in other countries, but Lusaka, I went through the worst house hunting experience that you could ever think of. I remember there was this house that I went to view. Yeah, so when I was given the 1 month notice, I started looking for houses. So there was this one house that I went to view. So the agent told me to, I don't even know how to put it, but house hunting isn't favorable to the single as well. I didn't know. That's something that I just learned during that time period. I didn't know. So when I went there, the agent had asked if I was married, and I said no. Then he asked, okay, are you in a relationship? I said no, I'm not in a relationship. And then he's like, unfortunately, the owner of this house needs a couple, like they want someone that is married, someone that is just in a relationship, you know. And then he explained to me that the neighbor, because there were flats, so he explained to me that the neighbor's husband liked some single girl that was living in the same house that was vacant. And so whatever happened, yeah. So he explained to me, and ever since, the landlord doesn't want any single person in their house. I explained to the agent. I explained to the agent that I wasn't married, and he said, then unfortunately I cannot even show you the house. Guys, I had to view the house per window. And it was a very beautiful house, so I had to view that house per window. And yeah, that's how I lost it, because I'm not married. And then after that house hunting experience, I think I have grown some tough skin. You can't tell me what can you tell me? What can you tell me? I've house hunted I've house hunted in Osaka. What can you tell me? Yeah, so anyway, after that whole house hunting experience, I really tried, and it was during the rain season. So most of the agents had advised that it's very difficult to find a house in rain season, because like, who moves in the rain season? And I'm like, I am the one moving in the rain season, guys. There are probably people that are also in my shoes right now. So you need to look for those people that are moving, so that I can also move in those same houses that they are, you know, living. But then I also wanted a house that was near my workplace, but it was very difficult. So I extended my search. I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to accept that I won't be able to find a house that is 3 minutes away from my workplace, where I used to pay like 18 kwacha yango. So fine, let me extend the search. I started searching like elsewhere, but at least the house needed to be at least in my road, my work road. And guys, still, it was still the same. So you won't believe what happened. I finally managed to find the house. A very beautiful house. But that house is far. I don't even know how to explain it. It's very far. Power network. As in, I don't even know how I did not notice it when I went to view. I think I was so desperate that I just settled for that house. The Power network. It's very quiet. Like, it's literally quiet. And yeah, there's load shedding. So yeah. So it's very quiet, there's load shedding, and it's worse when there's no power and Takwaba network. So what am I going to be doing in a house that doesn't have network? Like, in an area that doesn't have network, what am I going to be doing? I live alone and I have no network. You actually tend to think a lot. Guys, like, I have done a whole lot of thinking. Everything that I thought of during that thinking, I rethought it. I don't know if you understand what I rethought, because that's how bored I got. Anyway, so I really hope I'm back for good, but I definitely am. I missed this. I missed speaking. Yeah, so you're going to see more of me now. I plan on creating more content, vlogs, you name it. And so yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did have a good time. I hope it's been informative, and I hope to hear from you guys, or you hope to hear from me very soon. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time. Bye.